Good morning, everyone. How are you guys feeling today? You guys okay? All right, so let's see what the markets have prepared for us today. Okay. Wow. All right, you know what? Yesterday we had a nice setup going on. I really love the setup from yesterday. Maybe I can get something similar. Yeah, that would be amazing. All right, so let's see what stuff we've got here. Okay, so I'm looking at the 1 hour. I'm looking at the 1 hour and I'm not seeing anything. Only thing that I'm seeing, and I'll just go lower. I'll just go to a lower time frame and see how it looks there. But for now, I can see like some sort of SMT going on. Hold on. I'll drop to a lower time frame. So 15 minutes. Wow, just look at how perfectly price is just touching to that. I think this was a 5-minute fair value gap that I've marked from earlier this month, I think. Okay, if silver could purge. Oh, okay, I get it. Okay, so 15-minute. We have this inversion. And we have this busy. Oh, yeah, looks really good. And we're also rejecting from August true open. And what I'm seeing here, dear Lord. What is this? So think about it like this. This low over here is the lowest on silver. But this low is not a low on gold. That low, so that hour, like 5:45. On silver, it's a swing low. On gold, it was a bearish fair value gap that ended up being, yeah, I guess it's pretty obvious. It's pretty obvious, but what am I doing? All right. So what I'm seeing right now is relatively equal lows, which are actually like a very representative SMT. So it's SMT sell side. I'm trying to make sense of it, guys, okay? Because I'm just trying to make sense of it. I didn't open charts today all day long. It's not an easy task to figure out what's going on without having opened the chart all day. Okay, this makes it a lot easier. So we've got SMT sell side here, possible target, and also relatively equal lows here. Okay, that's nice. Okay, equal lows, DOL. I want to see what the M1 is building up at this point. One more minute until the current candle is going to close. Oh, come on, just stop going lower. You know, if this candle keeps on dropping, that it leaves no logic room for me to play with this, because it's already dropped like 50 pips. I don't really like that. Right now, it would just make sense when this candle closes. It would just make sense for me to wait for a tap into one of these two SIBIs if I want to take a short, and I do want to take a short. But if I'm going to trade based off of the 5-minute candle, it's going to be like the stop loss is too big. Too big. I don't like that. Is it too big though? 40 pips. It's too big because it could actually, like, a first target would be down here at these equal lows, and it would just be just the 1R. Yeah, I want to wait for a tap into one of these 1-minute fair value gaps. Obviously, preferably prior to reaching that area of, you know, SMT sell side over here. But I might have just missed the move, which would have looked like this. But like I said, for me, too big of a stop loss for my liking. I would have gotten a 1R till here, but I don't really want to get only a 1R, you know. We'll see. Even though I could have taken this and moved stop loss at break even once 1R would be hit, because then it could really drop further, heavier to the ignition point of yesterday's trade, which was here, 33.78, and then that would basically just be the 2R. But yeah, if it could just give like a tap into a fair value gap here on the 1 minute, that would be good. Even the current, even the most recent one that it created over here. So I'm just getting ready for this. See what's gonna do. Okay, tap, tap, tap. I like the way it broke, like under August to open again. But I just want to wait. I don't know, I feel like I shouldn't be forcing anything today. Today's Wednesday. Didn't check if we have any high impact news. Let's see my FX book calendar. Wow, you guys are really quiet in the chat. Why are you so quiet in the chat? Just guys, be active, ask questions. Okay, so no high impact news today. No, nothing. Absolutely zero. Wow. Which means the market's just gonna move out of, you know, just normal inertia and nothing more than just normal inertia. Which I'm not really a fan of, but yeah, whatever. I'm getting ready. Getting ready, you guys. My stops is rather small at this point, 19 pips, not too big. I'll see if I should have waited for price to top the 50% level of this fib. I'll see. 3377.58. 3376.58. And 3378.48 for the stop loss. Now let's just make it 50. 78.50. Sort of. And right now it just makes more sense, you know, to have a trade like this, where the first TP is here. It's 1 to 1.5 almost, risk to reward ratio. But like I said, I have doubts that I should have waited for a tap to the 50% level of this range here, but we'll see. I might actually want to adjust my stop loss by a bit. Yeah, I think I might do that. Not by much. Okay, I'm adjusting my stop loss. Alright. And it's really gonna matter. It's really gonna count what it does further on from here, whether I'm gonna close manually, because what it does right now inside this inversion, 820 inversion, it's very important. Okay guys, so it doesn't really show any willingness to reject from here, which is what I would have wanted to see, honestly. I'm gonna wait until it reaches 50% level of the fib, and if I don't see what I want to see, I might actually manually close. So just so you know, right now my stop loss is just above this, which I consider to be a breaker. So we'll see what it does further, but I really don't want it to reclaim the 820 inversion, okay? It should not reclaim that, the inversion on 820. And I sort of like the way it seems to be turning the 15-minute BISI into an inversion. And I also like the way it seems to be reclaiming the 15-minute SIBI, 545 SIBI. But we'll see if it's just going to keep on doing that. Is that trade really worth risking that much? I don't know how much you think I'm risking. Daniel Malik. I'm risking $350 on a $50,000 account. I don't think it's that much, honestly. It's like 0.7%. That's a very small risk. I mean, it's a normal risk. I wouldn't consider it like a you know, abnormal risk. $350 on a 50K account. That's okay. It's less than 1%. I mean, really, still, my risk, it's not that big. I mean, my stop loss is 35 pips, right? So it's not that much. So like I said, I don't want to see it reclaiming the 820 BISI. And at the same time, I also want to keep an eye on what silver's doing. Because, you know, yeah, we'll see. On the 5-minute, it also looks good, because if we were to consider like the 90-minute cycles from 6 to 7:30, all this piece of price action, that's the accumulation. And from 7:30 to 9 a.m., we've got the manipulation. And then we're now within the distribution phase. but we'll see. Bottom line is that, you know, just to answer Daniel's question, is that trade really worth risking that much? I think this is a question that each and every one of us needs to ask themselves, whether, you know, and just don't pull the trigger unless you are 100% positive that you're okay with the worst case scenario in the case of your trade. Worst case scenario in the case of my trade right now, it's, you know, stop loss. And worst case scenario in this trade's case would be that it's gonna, I'm gonna lose $350. If you feel like that is too much from a monetary perspective, not from a percentage perspective, then yeah, just don't pull the trigger. But you know, if you feel like it's too much, but no, if you feel like it's fine, like it's not too much for you, that you can handle that risk, then yeah, why not? You can't win if you don't risk. I mean, you know, I was reading this book this morning. It's called The Kybalion, and it's some ancient wisdom over there, and there are 7 principles, and one of the principles is called the principle of polarity. And the principle of polarity talks about the fact that everything is dual, that everything has a positive side and a negative side, and that the positives and the negatives of every aspect of life can be reconciled, and that paradoxes can actually be reconciled. So I was actually thinking, you know, you could say that with trading or in investing in general, the negative pole of investing is risk, and the positive pole of investing is gain, monetary gain. But if you think of the fact that both of them are the same aspect, just that on different levels of a degree, but there's just, you know, different levels of the same thing, different polarities of the same thing, then it means that risk is not bad and win is not good. It means that they're just neutral, both of them. So if you start to think in these kind of terms, and then you realize that the only thing that you have to do whenever you're opening a trade or whenever you're deciding to invest in something, that the only thing that you need to agree upon is, well, do I believe that this risk is worth the possible return? Then yeah, just go for it. Just go for it. But the point here that I'm trying to make is that we should stop viewing risk as something negative, and we should stop therefore we should stop identifying or defining a loss as something negative, because you know, our minds always tend to associate risk with loss and investment with win. But if you think about it, win, loss, risk, all of these are different polarities of the same action, investing. And so, do you see investing as being bad? No. Then, if you don't see investing as being something bad, on the contrary, why would you see a part of investing, which in this case is the risk or the potential loss, why would you see parts of investing as being bad? It's just, I'm really coming to realize more profoundly lately that, and this, it's weird, funny, because this is actually the first principle inside this book. It's the principle that everything is mental. The universe is mental. And really, I really do believe that we need to change our mental perspectives, our mental definitions about things, about actions, about activities, about the things that really mean something in our lives. And we're going to see that if we just turn our definitions upside down, it's actually going to be a lot more beneficial for us. And yeah, like I said, in this specific activity of being a trader, of being an investor, or whatever you want to call yourself, I think it's very important to understand that if you view investing as something positive, as something that you do want to do for the rest of your lives, then no aspect of investing itself should be viewed as being negative. All aspects of investing or all aspects of trading should be viewed as something positive. And that includes viewing risk and loss as something positive. Just my 2 cents on this. What do you guys think about this? So far, I like the way it's just holding under that inversion. Maybe it would be better if I just check the 5-minute as well. You know, the only thing I'm not really fond of on the 5-minute is this. And this could be the thing that's going to take me out. It could be. Because look, if you're looking at the 15 minutes chart, you're going to see that price did not actually invert. Yeah, it took me out. Did not actually invert the 15-minute SIBI, this one. It did not yet, but why do I have the feeling that it's going to be the exact same situation as yesterday, where I had to give my trade another chance, and I just ended up being a break-even for the day. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I just removed the fib, but I have a hunch it just stopped at the 75% level. Okay, not yet. Taking buy side from above 50%. You know what? I can't make sense of the 1 minute anymore. I'm just going to stick to the 5-minute a little bit, just to get my eyes used to whatever's going on here. I'm just going to remove this so that I can clearly see what's going on. Yeah, did it just do that? Minutes until the current 15-minute candle is going to close. It's really interesting to see how it's going to close. I mean, I'm assuming it's going to be bullish, but I'm interested in how big the upper wick is going to be. You know what, it would be nice to see silver sweep the sell side, the buy side over here, and maybe gold just rebalance this. So the 15-minute candle closed, nicely respecting the 15-minute BSC. Yeah, guys, right now it's just waiting because I don't know what to do. So when you don't know what to do, the best course of action is to not do anything. Nothing looks clear to me at this point. Literally nothing. I mean, the short that I took was very clear for me, but yeah, apart from that, nothing. It doesn't make sense that the market turned from here, from where I entered the short, and then it went up, you know, against me. It just doesn't make sense from any standpoint. So when things don't make sense, just let them make sense. Wow, the music's really good, isn't it? So yesterday the target was precisely that DOL area that was too smooth. And specifically, like very, very specifically, a fair value gap from there. I'll zoom in and show you. If I remember it correctly, I think it was on 15 minute. I'm not sure if it was 15, yeah, 15 or 5, August 10th. Yeah, 15, this one. It's basically the first SIBI that broke out of this very tight consolidation over here that occurred for no less than 5 hours in between New York and Asia. Anyway. Wow. Look at this area. And now look at the same piece of price action, like time-wise, but on silver. Like bullish channel versus bearish channel. But I'm looking at the change of dynamics here on the bullish move. Strong bullish move, and then we have like bearish channel on gold, right? Strong bullish move, and now we have bullish channel. Like it's like the dynamic is changing, you know, the strength that we used to have on the bullish moves, it's seems to be changing. All right, so I like what it's doing. I like what it's doing. But I just want silver to urge that buy side and then reject. I want a rejection candle from this SIBI at the same time with showing a rejection candle here on silver on the 5 minutes, or I want a SIBI on the 5 minutes on gold to be created. And or an inversion on silver, or simply just an inversion on gold. One of these, and the SMT should still remain an SMT. And if it doesn't happen, if gold is going to sweep 33.85, maybe even create a new London high or something like that. Create a new high above London high. Maybe even sweep Asia high, even though I wouldn't want it to do that, but still. It should happen without silver creating a new New York high. That's what I want. And if silver remains here and gold continues to push up, then I want gold to create a bearish SIBI on the 5 minutes, rebalance that, and then reject off of it, with the very important condition that silver will not create a new New York high. I don't want to see silver showing any sign of strength. If I'm thinking short for gold, and then it means that I'm accepting the fact that the current move to the upside on gold is nothing more but just a liquidity sweep. And, you know, until the 10:30 quarter Q4 is going to start, the 90-minute Q4 is going to start, and then that would basically just be a reversal. If that happens, I don't want to see both pairs being strong, because if the strength that's right now showing on gold, it's just a fake strength, it means it should start to create imbalances to the downside. But if both pairs would display strength, so if silver would also start to move higher, create higher highs and higher lows, you know, respect BISTs and then create higher highs, create new BISTs, respect those, rebalance and create new higher highs. then it means that also silver is strong, and it means that the push to the upside on gold, it's not a liquidity sweep, and it means that the 1030 Q4 that's going to start, it's not going to be a reversal. It might actually be a continuation to the upside. So then my whole idea would change. I hope it makes sense. Oh my god, this song again. You guys, this song again. Wow. I don't know. There's something with this song. I think I need to remove it from the playlist, honestly. So like I said, if silver is weak, and it does seem to be weak because it fails to create higher highs. So if silver is weak, then it means that the current strength on gold is a fake strength. The 15-minute, however, it doesn't look weak on any pair. Like, definitely doesn't look weak on gold, and it doesn't look weak on silver either, but yeah, it might actually. Anyway, just waiting. Someone's saying that's my song. No, I don't want it to be my song. It's like I'm begging not to lose a trade. I don't like the song. Oh my god. Let's see what it does. Yeah, you see, 15 seconds until this 5-minute candle is gonna close. And I said that I want, even if I'm looking at candle bodies, it still makes sense. Okay. You know what? I'm gonna give this trade one more chance. Once we break previous candle's low on the 5 minutes. If it does that, I'm gonna give it one more chance. If it doesn't do that, I'm not gonna do anything. So this current 5-minute candle, I want its body to turn into a wick. This bullish body should turn into an up wick, and the next candle should extend lower. That's what I want to see. And if I don't see that, I'm not gonna do anything. Because I've said that one of the things that I want to see is still seeing the SMT and seeing a rejection candle. I do want that extra confirmation where the previous candle's low is going to be broken and the current candle is going to turn into a bearish candle, because silver is not really yet purging anything. Okay, I'm in. Giving it one more chance. And my stop loss is going to be above the current 5-minute candle. Doesn't make sense that it's anywhere else. So at this point, my trade looks like this. Oh my God, I can't see a thing again. 81.20. And stop loss 83.30, just about here. If this thing takes me out again, then I'm gonna be another $200 down, which means that in total I'm gonna be like 1.1% for the whole day, and I'll stop. Oh my God, I can't see a thing. Mega de dulce. Okay, it took me out. Oh my God, I can't believe I was actually talking to myself because I was on mute. So yeah, I said that it took me out. Right now I'm 1.2% down for the day, almost $600. So I'm not gonna be trading anymore. I'm not gonna take any more trades. But yeah, wouldn't it be nice to see price just starting to move down like it usually does after it takes out my stop loss? Yeah, that would be fun, Alex. Talk to me, RBV. I can feel I got a model with silver bullet using first presented FVG and 2022 model. Talk to me about psychology. I'm trying to lock into 1 trade a day or a maximum 2 losses a day. And why don't you? Stop trying and just do it. As long as you think that you're only trying, it means that you also, you know, someone who tries, they keep on trying because they keep on failing. So stop thinking that you're trying and just start thinking that you're doing. Like I said a little earlier, everything is mental, okay? Whether you're looking for evidence to support the idea that you're trying, or whether you're looking for evidence to support the idea that you're doing, you're gonna find both. Whatever you're looking for, that's what you're gonna find. So you already said, your exact words are, I can feel I got a model with silver bullet using whatever it is that you feel. The bottom line here, the key is that you can feel, okay? Feeling is the basis of being. Being is the basis of doing. Doing is the basis of having. And having is just goes back to feeling. So if you feel you found a model, it's good. Stop defining I feel like as being something that you're unsure of. Whatever it is that you feel is what your mind believes the most. If you feel that I just feel I found a model, but I'm actually uncertain of it, that's exactly what your mind will produce. That's exactly what your actions will speak about. And if you feel like you found a model, like, I really feel this time I got the model right. Fuck, just feel it. Just do it. Apply the model. Okay? Apply the model. The biggest mistake is that all of us when we have a glimpse of understanding, we're so excited about that we want to apply it right now, live, with live funds. And we already see ourselves as being billionaires, or whatever you see yourself being. But it's like skipping some required steps. You can't. You just have to submit yourself to the process of gaining a deeper understanding of what it is that you found. Because like I said, we usually have a glimpse of understanding. Right now, you define the feeling of having found a model as being uncertainty. Well, I think I found a model. What you're actually trying to say is not, I feel I got a model. What you're trying to say, or what you're saying and what your mind believes, is I might have found a model, but I'm not sure about it. Okay, if you're not sure about it, how can you be sure about it? If you don't know if the model works or not, how can you increase the certainty of the model working? Or how can you increase the certainty that the model isn't working? So if you have a model, you don't know if it's good or bad. How can you find out whether it's good or bad? Just fucking apply it. Paper trade for the next 2 weeks. Just paper trade for the next 2 weeks. Tape read. Sit in front of the charts at the hours at which your model should occur, statistically speaking, because you said you found a model which includes 2022 model, first presented FVG, and silver bullet. Silver bullet occurs at specific hour. 2022 model, the same. First presented FVG, the same. So I've just narrowed down 24 hours of non-stop working market to just 1 or 2 hours a day. So just sit your ass in front of the charts 1 or 2 hours every day within that specific time range when your model should occur, and just tape read. That's it. And do this for 2 weeks. Annotate your charts. Put trades as if you would take trades on your chart. And do this with the purpose, with the intention. You guys, the intention is very important. Don't do it with the intention to convince yourself that you're going to make a lot of money with this. Do it with the intention to clarify for yourself whether the model is good or bad. And not even clarify whether the model is good or bad. Assume the model is good. Just do it with the intention to clarify if the model needs any further improvements. Even better. Give different meaning and different definitions to the things that you're doing and the reasons why you're doing things. And a lot of stuff is going to change. Make sense? Kocho-san. Does it make sense? Sorry guys, sorry for muting. We have someone from India here, Rohit Kumar. Really guys, where are you from? Where are you from? For example, Duncan, tell us where you're from. I know where you're from, but yeah, just tell us. So SMT buy side was taken out. We are inside a 1 hour SIBI, inside a 1 hour inversion, bearish inversion, and for now 1058 BISI on the 1 minute. Well, it looks good for now because it's being respected. The question is whether this thing is going to be inverted or not. I don't think it will, but and you know what, I think I mean I don't think I'm positive, I'm sure that I should have figured out the fact that price actually is going to continue to move higher once it broke above the 940 swing high. Then it rebalanced the 1020 BISI on the 1 minute, and then it rejected off of that, off of the 1020 BISI. So right here, you see, and the reason why I'm deeming the 940 swing high to be important is because we broke that high right here with the 1021 candle. However, on silver, we broke that high at 953 with the 953 candle on the 1 minute. And if you look at gold on the 953 candle here on the 1 minute, that was the first BISI that occurred that actually inverted 945 SIBI here in the 1 minute. So this one, see, and then this is our breakaway gap. And then look at this one. See this 930, I think it was 930. Yeah, the 930 M1 SIBI. Look at how perfectly it rebalanced that with 940 and then went lower in creating this SMT divergence, which is a bullish continuation divergence. And then it just invalidated that. The 930 SIBI was inverted with the 1020 BISI. So I would say here, no, sorry, wait, I didn't take the right tool. Here, low risk entry, and here it's like very much confirmation for the new entry. This is the good side of hindsight. Very good side of hindsight. Yeah, really good. And it's, you know, the way it's occurring right now, it's exactly the same way it occurred yesterday, the model that, you know, the setup that occurred today, and which I did not take. It happened exactly the same way as it happened yesterday. On the 1 minute, we had a SIBI, price respected that, went lower, created an SMT divergence, and then once it invalidated that previously respected SIBI, and it invalidated that with a BISI, then retapping that BISI and rejecting off of it, that would have been the entry confirmation for the trade. It's absolutely exactly the same model that occurred yesterday. And you know what? I'm just going to scroll all the way to yesterday's setup so that you guys can see it. Here it is. Here it is. So today we had 930 SIBI being inverted by 1020 BISI. All right. Yesterday we had 1008 SIBI being inverted by 1018 BISI. Didn't really get a tap of that, this one. So you could say that this was the breakaway gap, but this did get, this one, it did get inverted, and then just look at how perfectly it tapped into it with the 1028 candle, and then it rejected, and then another BISI 1030 confirming that this is going to be a very short bullish setup, and then just look at how perfectly price stayed here inside the 1030 BISI yesterday. So the trade from today, the setup occurred exactly the same way as the one that happened yesterday. I guess I was too attached to, I don't know, looking for a short, I guess. Don't ask me why. Just don't ask me why. But yeah, it seems to be going a lot higher, and I don't feel bad because I didn't take it. I really don't. Why would I? Like I said at the beginning of this live stream, if I would see risk and loss as being negatives of investing, it means that investing itself is negative. And I really don't want to think that about investing. I just don't. Anyway, I'll leave you guys with that. So today's trade could have looked like this. With the first take profit here, and then once that would have been taken out, that would be an easy 1 to 2, and then once that is taken out and we have a nice confirmation with the 1020 BISI, I would dare to say that this would also make sense with the stop loss right under the 1020 BSC and targeting the buy side liquidity above London high. And then if you want, obviously the bearish fair value gap on the 1 hour and whatever other levels are located a lot higher, with the last one being the high of the Asia session, which is up here. So yeah, don't regret anything of what you do, because it's who you are. We do what we are, and if we do something and then we regret it, it's like we're regretting ourselves. We're regretting being. Instead of regretting who you are and what you do, rather aim to correct and improve what you do and therefore who you are. I'll leave you guys with this thought. I really hope you enjoyed the time with me today, and I'll talk to you guys tomorrow at the same hour. Bye.